Okay, so this is the prevalence of pornography viewings by students at Culver-Stockton College. A quantitative study was performed in which these researchers investigated what percentage of students at Culver-Stockton College actively viewed pornography and whether there existed any differences in viewing prevalence between genders. The researchers also surveyed males and females, such that a male researcher surveyed male subjects and a female researcher surveyed the female subjects. The results show the differences in viewing prevalence between males and females. To see if any other correlations existed, the findings were also broken down by age, major, athletic participation, and Greek life versus non-Greek life. The survey was administered to students at Culver-Stockton College, where the ratio of men to women was approximately equal. The participants were chosen randomly through distribution of surveys at high traffic areas at Culver-Stockton, such as cafeteria, library, and hallways. 31 students agreed to participate in the study, 15 of which were male, 16 of which were female. The students involved in the experiment were all volunteers. The research team used surveys with questions pertaining to whether or not an individual watches pornography, along with the individual's age, gender, and whether or not they participated in Greek life or athletics. Also included in the survey was a section on why the individual did or did not watch porn. Findings broken down by gender. Graph 1 shows the differences in how many times and how many hours men and women view pornography in a week. As expected, men were more times per week with an average of 1.42, and women was just 0.81. Men also watched porn more times per week at 0.71 than women at 0.29. It was also noted that more men on average view pornography at 12 out of the 15 than women did at 2 out of the 16. This was also expected. Thus, it was concluded that men on average are more likely to view pornography than their female counterparts. Between the males and females that answered that they do view pornography, men seem to watch porn both more often and for longer periods of time. The next graph shows the average hours and times per week of view pornography by grade levels. The juniors watch pornography more times per week at 1.9 than everybody else, and the sophomores and freshmen were third and second at 1.43 and 1.46. It is also noted that sophomores watched it more times per week, or for more hours per week at 0.7, followed by freshmen at 0.68, and then juniors at 0.5 and seniors at 0.35. This slide breaks down the findings of pornography watching habits by athletes versus non-athletes. As you can tell by the graph, there is no difference in athletes versus non-athletes, so it can be concluded that this does not show us any correlations. This is the findings broken down by Greek life versus Greek life and Greek life versus non-Greek life, and as you can tell, it's the exact same. There's no differences, so we can say that there's no correlation between being in Greek life and watching pornography. The last graph is the findings broken down by major, and the majors were sorted into 5 broad categories, which are business, science, criminal justice, education, and undecided. Since our participants were mostly science majors at 15, the data gathered from the other 4 categories may not be 100% accurate. However, based on the findings, the undecided participants watched pornography for the most times at 1.64 times per week, and business majors were second at 1.54. The education majors were third at 1.45 times per week, and the science majors were second at 0.96, and criminal justice was the fewest at 0.88 times per week. Both business and education majors watch pornography the most hours per week with an average at 0.69 hours. The undecided majors watch pornography for an average of just 0.55 hours per week, and the science majors watch pornography for an average of 0.33 hours. This is a summary of the findings. Males tend to watch porn more per week and for a longer duration than females, which was expected. Freshmen and sophomores have similar viewing habits, but juniors watch the most porn per week. Being an athlete has no effect on porn watching habits, and neither does Greek life. Explanations. Juniors and seniors are more efficient at their time management skills, so it would make sense that they watch porn for less times and less amount per week. Females also appeared to watch less pornography. However, it is possible that females watched it more frequently than reported but failed to admit to viewing porn. This could be due to a social bias that sees males as viewing porn as socially normal, while females are discouraged to do such things. And then finally, being an athlete has no effect on porn watching habits, and being in Greek life has no effect on porn watching habits. And then implications. Future studies could be improved by sampling a larger number of students to ensure that samples are representative for the overall population, because we did just have 31 participants. Due to the nature of the data gathered, individuals may have underreported viewing habits, mainly women though, since 80% of the men admitted to watching porn. The researchers do not see a clear method to address this issue, because we tried everything we could to get them to tell the truth, but that's all that we could have done. New questions that could be addressed include the question of how viewing habits change for individuals over the course of time, because as you could tell, juniors watched the most, but it was for a shorter period of time. And a longitudinal study could compare viewing habits over the course of several months or years to find how those habits change. Future studies could also look at the amount of pornography viewed and self-reported stress levels to see if any correlation exists between those two things. That is it. So thank you for watching.